What's up, manga fans? This is Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Area D. This week's chapter 88, District 11. So, first off, I feel really bad because I did not realize we haven't reviewed this series since chapter 82. So that won't happen again. I promise we'll review this every time the chapter comes out, because this is a brilliant series. It literally is the manga version of Heroes. The artwork is brilliant, and it just makes me wish I could buy the volumes. It's just like the Breaker, in terms of it's hard to even find translated volumes. I don't even think they exist. But yeah, I saw the chapter today and I had to review it because I love the character change Satoru got. He is turning into a little badass. He's dropping his fearfulness and I'll say feebleness that he had at the beginning of the series, and he's becoming a badass watchmaker. I mean, he's freeing the prisoners for one. That's brilliant, because obviously Jin himself couldn't do it without harming them. He's calmly going around like some sort of prophet or healer, releasing all the children and everyone who's being held hostage, and they're being released from, obviously, you know, the walls and objects they've been merged into, and running off all happy and fine. And you could see the look on his face. He looks determined and happy. And what makes me laugh is Owl Eyes is literally losing the plot. He is going ape shit crazy. I mean, I don't think we've seen him go that crazy since I think the last time we saw him when he was hallucinating from what I believe Jin's brother Ray. And now he's just completely snapped. Like it looked like we even saw wings coming out, and he's slashing up the place. And he's basically demanding his subordinates to go and get the hostages. They have to be recaptured now. This is part of our plan. They're vital. He's completely losing it. And I've always enjoyed when, you know, the cool and calm, collected villain finally, you know, kind of cracks under the pressure. So the Ubermich Union arrived now on that one IFV that had the hostages merged to the front, and obviously they're using that as a bluff, you know, like a meat shield to make them surrender. But this is when things got interesting, because a hooded figure arrives. He's got a mask over his face and hood on, and he grabs Satoru and he's like, let's make an example. If we kill one, they'll all be submissive and obey. So he throws Satoru after saying whispering Showtime to him, and shoots past him and kills two of the Ubers, and reveals himself as Kaito. So we're like, oh, Kaito's back after he lost to, I can't remember that guy, if he was called Zed or something, the guy who basically stabbed him up a few chapters ago. He's back. He said he's out of his sulking phase and he's ready to help, and it was a good I'd say re-entrance for him. That was brilliantly orchestrated, and this distraction gave Satoru the time to basically release the rest of the hostages that were merged to the IFV. And he even goes so far as to completely destroy the IFV and leaving all the Ubermich Union members in shock. And then obviously, because they've lost any leverage and obviously their hostage card now, they say we're going to kill all of them. And before they even get a chance, you just see a small hand say, you're in the way, and all of them go flying, and Doctor Soga and Mariko arrive. And it's good to see them too, especially Mariko, because she's just so voidless, like, you know, because she's technically a zombie girl, but she's just thrown all of them Ubermich Union guys all over the place. And they've arrived here, you know, everyone's had a happy reunion. The guards arrive from inside Area D to take the hostages back towards the gate, and everything's all fine. So Kaito's the first one to ask, where's Jin gone? And Satoru tells him and the rest that Jin has gone over to a building that they're facing from the cliffside to go and confront Owl's Eyes, because he's still holding Mika hostage. So obviously this victory isn't done until they get Mika back. So in the building now we see Jin is with Kakuta, you know, the guard that was following him around, and he's trying to convince him not to come along, as, you know, he doesn't need to, and this business with Owl's Eyes is personal, so it's like, you don't have to help me any further. But Kakuta's an honourable guy. He's like, I'm going to stick with you. This is my duty as a guard, which it technically is, because Owl's Eyes is a Area D prisoner and he should go, you know, and deal with him. But he's sort of out of his range, or I'd say his league in terms of power. But he's like, it's my duty as a guard. sometimes there's circumstances for when there's no going back, and now's the time for that. And Jin's like, oh, trying to act cool, let's go then. And from the time I saw that, I just thought, well, it feels like Kakuta most likely will die. When you hear those honorable speeches and things like that, that usually is like, you know, last famous words. Like you get the honorable speech from the guy who usually dies in the next few minutes of a film or the next few chapters of whatever you're reading. So I have a bad feeling that he's going to die at the hands of Owl's Eyes. Jin is going to lose the plot and wonder if he'll actually kill Owl's Eyes, or would he be, you know, the kind of pacifist that he usually is and just leave it at that, like maybe cripple him or something and say, no, Kakuta wouldn't want this, so I'm gonna make you live. But I don't know, I just can't think of what would happen after Kakuta's death, because, you know, Jin's kind of honorable, he doesn't like to kill. Well, except for when he fought, I can't remember her bloody name, that girl he fought, but that was against his morals. He didn't have a choice and he had to fight. That, you know, the one who done the imagery stuff, the hallucinations, I cannot remember her name, but yeah, he had to kill her. So maybe Owl's Eyes, he could probably kill him, but yeah, enough of that rambling. As I said, Kakuta is most likely going to die. If he survives, I'll be happy. If he doesn't, that's how the story goes. So yeah, that was this week's chapter. I enjoyed it. I really can't emphasize how much I love this series, love the artwork. I just hope more people, you know, get on this series as well and start to give it the, I'd say, the popularity it deserves, because it's really, really good series. And as I said, because it's not a mainstream one, you know, it's not as noticed, but I'm enjoying it. I've definitely enjoyed this arc, the whole guards districts. It's definitely been fun seeing all these new powers and obviously character development that's been going on, like we've seen with Satoru, and I just can't wait to see what happens next. So definitely looking forward to it, and yeah, bring it on. So you guys know the usual. If there's any Area D fans out there, anyone at all, let me know what you're thinking. I'd love to hear what you think about the series. And also, if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed this review and you want to check out some more stuff similar to this, check out our channel, and I'll speak to you guys in the next chapter.